Hey big boys, this is Dath here. We're going to be looking at a Roach build that I've been trying out. I'm pretty sure I invented it. I haven't seen it anywhere. I just thought of this on my own. If you're a friend of mine, you've probably already seen it. You probably saw it on the stream if you're a viewer. Don't judge based on that though. I butchered it. It was pretty bad. But we're going to go over it here in detail, in full. What we're going to do is we're going to make roaches. We're going to make early roaches. We're just going to stay on one base. We're going to take use of this beautiful burrow which Blizzard has blessed us with. We're going to also take advantage of the fact that Silly Terran's Widow Mines only do splash damage, not their full direct damage if you happen to burrow your roaches at the appropriate time. It's fun because it pisses Terrans off, which I do enjoy, and it's so microable. You feel so awesome when you try and micro this stuff, especially if they go with the Widow Mines. Alright, enough talking. We're going to get into it now. Pretty basic, not too complicated. 7 minutes 20 seconds. No macro games now. Starts off pretty basic. I usually drone up to 10 just because it's a preference. I'll drone to 10, make the overlord, then do the extractor trick. Not required at all. It's not pivotal. What we will do after that is we will make the overlord will pop. I will have 11 drones because I did the extractor trick. I will make 2 additional drones, and then we'll be up at 13. Once we reach 13, we're going to go ahead and take a gas. So we'll work our way up there. Don't want to give anything away too soon. We'll work our way up to 13. We'll take this gas. We'll mine this gas for the rest of the period. We're not going to take our guys off the gas after we start. So once we do that, we'll build our pool at 14. See, come on, drones. It's taking me forever. Come on, Dath. Come on. Thank you. Alright, 13. Bam. We'll go up to 14 drones as soon as another larva pops. Then we'll build a pool. After this pool, bam, immediately the queen. We'll do a 16 overlord. So we'll build a pool at 14. We'll drop back to 13. We'll build 3 drones. 16. We'll go with the queen. Then we'll overlord, and then we'll make 2 more drones, and those will be it. Those will be our last drones. We'll drone up to 20 after our queen, and then we'll drop the roach horn when the queen is halfway done. See, I'll show you guys what this looks like. Continue to mine this gas. This gas is basically banking up for our burrow and banking up for our roaches. I decided to get this pretty early and just let this gas time this build out. So it's pretty simple. If you get the gas at the correct time, you don't really have any issues with gas. So immediately we go queen. We have the overlord coming. As soon as this overlord pops, we will make 2 more drones, and then we'll make 2 more overlords in addition to this guy. We want to overlord up to 42. So you should have created about 3 overlords in a very short period of time, and that's okay. That's for our roaches. Whenever our queen's about 15 seconds from being done, we'll go ahead and drop our roach warren. That way it finishes up nicely with our injects, and we'll immediately start burrow. Now, I know, no reason to panic. He's got this Reaper, he's scouting. Even if this build gets scouted, it's okay. There's no need to panic. It'll work anyway. Even if they see it coming, it's a little too late. Oh yeah, so good, so good. What was I say? Oh, even if they see this coming, it's okay. Usually they won't be able to stop it, or you'll at least be able to get a lift or a cancel on their natural command center, which I have now scouted with my overlord. So as soon as this inject pops, we should have enough larvae for 7 roaches, which I have created, and burrow should be very close to being done. Continue to rally roaches, continue to rally them across the map. What we're going to do is we're going to make use of our burrow. We're going to burrow the weak ones, obviously, and then unburrow them once they're regenerated. We need that extra damage. I'll show you what I mean whenever we get over here. Burrow has just finished. Continue injecting, continue making roaches up to 42. After you reach 42 roaches, 42 supply of roaches, you're going to take a drone, you're going to expand. Before our roaches even get there, we're going to expand. This is our follow-up. This makes us not so all in, gives us a little bit of a chance if we don't happen to kill them with this. Normally you don't want to stop your roaches and kill something like that, but if you can actually get a kill off some semi-valuable unit, it's worth it. Now we'll burrow the weak roaches. Boom, burrow. Kill off as much as you can. Kill SCVs so they can't repair the bunker. Kill the Marines. Marine DPS is so high. If you're not careful, it'll pick off roaches very quickly. Burrow, burrow. So good, so good. Bunker goes down. See, he had 6 Marines, 2 Hellions, a bunker, and what, 4 SCVs repairing? Burrow. It's the regen, man. The regen keeps him alive forever. He's got a lift. We work our way up the ramp. Burrow. It's unfortunate. At this point, I don't think he can repair well enough. I have so many roaches, and he has so little damage. Burrow. Good stuff. Any GGs. Now look at this. Look with me. If I hadn't lost that one roach, man, 1,500 resources lost, 100 resources lost. So good. So good. I love it. Base isn't even done yet, but this base would have been our follow-up if he had managed to hold this somehow. But that's pretty much the basics. This build, this part of the build, this one base central part, is really all that you need. These early burrow roaches will give you the sustainable power that you need in order to actually break through the front door. Alright, I know what you're thinking. What if you make marauders? It's alright. Stick in with me, boys. Next game, we'll show you what to do if they make marauders. And they happen to even get one of those pesky marauders in a bunker somewhere. It's alright. Build still works. Just stick in with me. Hey big boys, this is Dath here. We're going to go on part 2 of our explanation of our Roach build, which I have just now decided that I am calling the Brofist build. The Brofist. Well, maybe Broach Fist? Brofist? The Broach Fist. Let's go with the Broach Fist. The Broach Fist build. Because we like the letter B. Alright, let's get it started. If you watched the first video, you know the basic build order. We'll start with our 13 gas, 14 pool, 16 queen, 16 overlord. Keep the basics moving. What we're going to display in this build is if the opponent happens to go for marauders. In the first build video, we didn't actually see any marauders from our opponent, only Marines and Hellions. They opened with the barracks, reactor, into Hellions, which is a very common standard opening. Tried to expand as well, but they don't always do that. You don't always know that that's going to be the case, and I wanted to show that this build will work anyway under different circumstances. So we have our 13 gas going down. We have a 14 pool. I'm a little late this game. I don't think it's going to cause too many issues though. Work our way up the ladder here with the builder. There are a couple key decision-making things that makes the difference. The build is the same, but how you execute the build, particularly with your first 7 roaches, is going to make or break the deal. We'll come up, start the queen, we start the burrow. As soon as the queen is done, we start making ourselves some overlords after we drone up to 20. Occasionally, it's really easy to mess this up. It's not super complicated, but occasionally you'll forget an overlord, or you'll be slow on your burrow, or slow on your queen, or slow on your roach warren, or your pool. Maybe I'm just absent-minded, but that's okay. Just at this point, you're kind of committed. If you happen to mess it up, usually you'll catch them off guard. Oh, I caught another one. Delicious, delicious, delicious reapers. Alright, roaches are on the way. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, got all 7. If you do it right, you'll have all 7 in on this first chunk. And that's the goal here. I scouted with... What did I scout with? Did I scout at all? Oh, I scouted his base with my overlord. Yeah, this is a 4-player map. It still works on this. Worst case scenario is you send out a drone. You'll send out a drone over here or over here. Just one drone. It won't put the build too far behind. You'll be slightly farther behind, but it's okay. Again, we drone up. I didn't want this Reaper picking off any drones while I was gone, so I sent these 2 back. Turns out I really didn't need to, though. On this one, I decided to drone up and get another overlord. Make a few more roaches. I was just trying it out, just seeing what would happen if I stuck in with the roaches. I still think it's a better idea, though, to expand instead of getting that extra overlord. Now, let's see. what do we have here? We have a Marauder, a Marine, another bunker coming up, a Tech Lab, and another Marauder on the way. You can't see this in game, but you can guess. If you're strolling up with Roaches, he's going to have more Marauders coming. And we see a reactor here. Alright, so same thing, but the difference here is we're not going for the bunker. I would never recommend going for the bunker on the high ground. You just don't have enough surface area. Go for the supply depot. Keep your Roaches alive as much as you can, and then just slip by. Just get away from the bunker. The bunkers are bad news. Bad news for the Broach Fist. Bro. It's tough. Sometimes there's not enough space up there for them to actually have their full collision. And if they don't have their full collision, they can't burrow. So, burrow. Waltz your way through. Alright, now once you're past the bunker, you're golden. Past the bunker, we're all good. What we do is we be a dick with burrow. Burrow. It's better to burrow all of them. If you don't think you can micro effectively individual Roaches, it's better to just burrow all of them and not lose them. I continued rallying Roaches here, but I derped pretty bad and didn't get them coming up as quickly as they should. If you feel up to it, you can multi-burrow pronged attack. Takes a good bit of APM, but it's not impossible. And it's definitely worth it if you can pull it off. And the goal is to kill SCVs. SCVs. Death to the SCVs. Just keep the Roaches coming. Just keep them burrowing. See here, I didn't have perfect micro by any means, but he did have his Marauders, and we still managed to be pulling this out. I've got this guy burrowed here just to block any kind of attempt to wall off. This guy hopefully ain't gonna. Okay, good. I was paying attention. But we want to keep him from mining. We want to keep the SCVs dying. Just keep killing him. He can't defend everything at once, and he can't build bunkers everywhere. There's going to be somewhere you can get through. If we get in a dogfight, we want to target down the Marauders, then target down the Marines, and we should be all good. Now here, we get to show you what I mean about this burrow stuff. All right, he's trying to blow up these Roaches because they're all packed up. He can get some good damage off of them, and I knew this. I also knew that he had enough for a scan, and he wouldn't have burrowed him if he wasn't interested in scanning. So this is what you can do with this build. This is like the clever things that will come to you in the heat of the moment. I saw these burrowing, and I knew the scan was coming, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be in time. So what I did was I unburrowed this bad boy and ran him over here to draw away the fire. Turns out this guy got hit too, but you can actually survive a hit, even if it's a, let's see, he barely survives. Roach will barely survive with enough hit points. If he's damaged at all, he'll probably instantly die. But if you burrow, he only takes a very small portion. He only takes the splash portion. I didn't get this guy burrowed in time, but you can even divert with burrow and regenerate that health really quickly. So here, even with Marauders, we were able to take care of this. Even with a bunker, I think he made 3 Marauders total before I managed to shut down his economy and he couldn't afford anymore. And look at this, look how bad my macro is. If someone who actually had decent macro utilized this and was able to do this micro at the same time, oh my gosh, it'd be so good. I'm working on it. I tried sort of to macro, but I got so excited over here, I failed. I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like if you have Marauders. It does take a little bit longer. It can be a little bit more tricky. It takes a little bit more micro, but fun still the same. We still don't have to play that endless mid game with freaking don't even get me started. Endless bio, endless amounts of bio, and then the mech. We avoid all that. We play how we want to play. That's what this Bro Fist does. That's what the Bro Roach Fist does. Lets us play our game. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys are successful in playing your game against these Terran douchebags out there, and have a nice day.